Yo, yo, yo. 1 2 1 2. Have we got good audio? Is the question. Yo, yo, yo. Yes, we have. 1 2 1 2. Have we got good audio? Right, so the audio is good, and we are going to. Yes, we have. We're going to carry on with the streams. And what I want to start with is this here, which is the basis for everything, not just crypto, not just investing, not just money, everything. Because if you don't take any risks with anything, you're going to fail anyway. And that is the biggest thing that people think about when, especially entering DeFi pools. They think, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? And you could say that for anything. You could say that for buying Tesla stock. You could say that for learning to drive. You could say that for having a baby. You could say that for going for a different job. If you do not take any risks, you do not grow, you do not win. At all. So the idea is you take the risk and you win. And guess what? Even if you fail, at least you tried. And that is my thesis in 2026 with crypto, and in 2026 with talking about the liquidity pools, earning from your crypto, and earning from maybe your BTC, could be Solana, could be your Avalanche, whatever. So to recap, in the last video, we spoke about in 2026, you've got to choose your problem. Either one, you buy and hold your crypto and wait for it to pump, or two, you enter pools and wait for higher yield. So your problem is either waiting for a coin to pump or waiting for higher yield. However, option number one, I will say you'll never get an ROI back this year or beyond, because the coin you may have held may be way down, and the point at which you will actually sell probably won't arrive. Let's be honest with you. Everyone underestimates, or should I say overestimates, what their coin can do, how high their coin can go, and what profit levels they are going to use. Because they always say, oh yeah, well, I'm going to take profits at this level, I'm going to take profits at that level. And guess what? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. No one ever takes profits because they always think it's going to go up. So that's what we covered in the last stream. What we also covered was BTC. And that was the BTC strategy, which was this, and which is what I'm doing, which is, to sum it up, dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, taking a 25 to 30% loan back in USDC, using it in liquidity pools, earning yield between 3 and 20% APR per month. Well, the APR is obviously the annual percentage return, whatever, but 3 to 20% per month. Swap the yielded assets to Bitcoin and then just supply them back in. And you've got that flywheel going over and over and over again of that going into there, that going into there. The amount of going into Aave goes up. The amount going into VFAT, all the liquidity pools, goes up. And the yield goes up. The assets go up. Everything just goes up in one massive flywheel. On and on and on and on. And the idea is this achieves more Bitcoin, more ability yield, and speeds everything up in terms of securing more Bitcoin for me. So the question is, how would this work, say, with an altcoin? If you've got Solana and you're thinking, what is it going to do in 2026? What is my strategy in 2026 for Solana? Right? You'll be thinking, obviously, you want it to go back up to all-time high. But for me, with altcoins, the strategy, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be Solana. Solana for this particular example. How can you use the Solana or the altcoin you've got to your advantage in 2026? Because the traditional way of dealing with it is just hold it. Just hold your Solana for 2026 and hope that the price goes up. Last year, we had the all-time high of Solana as it went up to, was it to $293 about a year ago. Now it's at $94. So if you're watching this and you hold Solana, you'll be thinking, well, I want this to go back up to all-time high, and however much Solana you've got will be worth 3 times more. However, I'm not a person that wants to just sit and hope. And I'm not a person that just likes sitting around doing nothing. I want to put something into action. And if I own Solana, I want to think, well, if I've got, say, I don't know, 50 Solana, if I've got 50 Solana, I want to accumulate more than, or have, should I say, more than 50 Solana at the end of the year. And there's multiple ways of looking at this. So the idea is you have got Solana. You supply the asset to a liquidity pool, right? The liquidity pools for Solana, you can use something like Orca, which is in front of you here. You can use something like Radium, which is here. The idea is you go on, you find your pool that you want. So if you want to accumulate more Solana in one of the more blue chip pools, should we say, you would look at a Rapti Solana pool or a Sol USD pool. You go on here, you would select the range that you are comfortable with. You would deposit whatever you want to deposit. And in this example, if you had 50 Solana, you would split it in here, which is around 5K, and that would return, in this particular setup that I've just selected, $378 a month. Then, and we're going to go in depth with this in a minute, then you earn the yield, 3 to 20% a month. And I say 3 to 20% because this is very variable. If you look at what I've been doing here, the APRs are around 41%, roughly around 4% at the moment. It was previously around 15, 16. And this is variable, and it isn't dependent on price. It's dependent on volume. So the more that the coins I've got are getting traded, the more fees you earn, the more the APR is. And this can change in an instant, as you know, with crypto. So if the price goes down fast, fees go up, APRs go up. Price goes up fast, fees go up, APRs go up. Right? So there's a bit of fluctuation. Doesn't have to be ridiculous, but it's good. Or a bit of interest in crypto is good. And that is the thing with crypto. Everything can change quickly. So what is 3% today is 20% tomorrow. And that is literally how it is in crypto. That's how insane this market is. So what that means is you earn that yield, and then what you do with that yield is completely up to you. Now, the example that I've just spoken about in terms of you stacking more Solana is compounding. So what you're in effect doing is supplying that asset into a liquidity pool like this. You are then earning the yield from it, And the yield that you get, that you can withdraw, that's your new Solana. So you start with the 50 Solana. And guess what? If you're earning on this particular one off 5K, $386, that's roughly 4 Solana. Guess what? Every month, you're earning 4 Solana. So you start with 50, then you get an extra 4. Now, obviously, this is split in the liquidity pool, and I'm trying to keep it simple. But that's how it works. Then you have 54, then there's more in the liquidity pool, then it goes up and up and up. Option 2 is you use your Solana to earn yield, but you can swap it and stack it for BTC. So it goes into your wallet. When you yield it and you harvest it, you swap it for BTC and you start stacking BTC. And how much BTC you stack obviously depends on how much Solana you have and how much yield you get. So in this example, you're getting $399 worth of BTC a month if you do this particular strategy. Other strategies, just spend it. You may want to go out and just spend your Solana. If you want to spend $400 a month on whatever you want, go ahead. You know, you go out and spend $400, because it's not up for me to say, you know, what you want to do with your crypto. If you want to spend it, then that's up to you. If you want to stack BTC, then that's up to you. Another thing that you can do is put it in the stock market. So this way you're combining DeFi with TradFi. So that $400 a month is then actually DCing into stock market, which obviously earns around 10% each year. So you may be a bit risk averse. You'll think, well, what I'm going to do is use my Solana to generate yield to then give me some free DCA straight into the stock market. Off this particular example with the 5K, earning $380 odd a month. Obviously, this keeps fluctuating. Going straight into the stock market, buying Tesla, S&P 500, Apple, whatever you want to put it in. Then at the end of the year, you know, you can look at the 365, 5K, deposit in that. And that is a way to use Solana, stack Solana, or stack BTC, or spend it, or put it into stocks. That's the simple bird's eye view down way of using your Solana to your advantage in this market, making it work for you, not waiting for the price to go up, which you'll probably never sell anyway. It's actually doing you good. And depending on your personal situation, it's going to get you back an ROI this year. Whereas, spoken about this before, doing option number 1, buying, holding your crypto, waiting for it to pump, it may go up this year to $200, $250, $300. You probably still won't sell. You probably still won't sell. Therefore, you will earn 0. So have a think. I've got a free DeFi guide. If you want to check out the link in the description. And if you want to book a call, join the community, weekly calls, the DeFi masterclass is in there as well. Plenty of information and one-to-one help in there if you want to do it. And if you're wondering, how can you scale this? So you may not have 5K. You may be thinking, well, what if I have 50K? What does that look like? And can I be more risk averse? So if you're putting 50K in, that's 3.8K a month at this, but you can widen the ranges now. You can afford to say, right, I'm going to widen the range on this to something like that. Because it's been in this range pretty much since the end of Jan. And that would only $2,000 a month. 3.62%. Roughly what I'm getting. Probably mine's just above. 2K a month. And again, with that 2K a month, how much extra Solana is that? Current prices, it's around 40, not 40 Solana, 20 Solana. Around 20 Solana a month with that scaled up. Or, 2K of Bitcoin a month, 2K to spend a month, 2K going into stocks a month. And that is the beauty of it. That is the beauty of it. And I'm talking about Solana. And if you're wondering what Orca is, again, some kind of things you should look at. And I'm not saying just use Orca. Obviously, I mentioned Radium. What you need to understand with the fees and understand with the decentralized exchanges are the stats behind it. So in terms of the stats, we've got the total value locked is around 260 million at the moment. There's obviously been a dip after the bull market. You can see the fees here have been pretty steady, dropped down a bit, obviously. The revenue for the platform has dropped down a bit, but in the volume, but it's all still pretty healthy. 55 million a year it makes in fees, 6 million in revenue, and 8 billion is going through it in the last 30 days. That ain't small money. And these are kind of the things you need to look at when you are exploring DeFi platforms. The one I mentioned before, Radium. We had the metrics. Where are we now? Volume. See that big spike in volume? And again, like I said, crypto can change in an instant in terms of volume. But the idea is, if you get into it, you are having the compound effect. It is understated when doing something like this and compounding it back, how quickly the compound effect can take place. If you ever looked at a compound interest calculator, you'll see that with this example, if you start with 50 Solana, if you start with 50 Solana and you're earning 4 in the other example a month, that's 54 Solana. You fast forward 10 months, that's another 40 Solana, so that's 90 Solana. You've nearly doubled the Solana you've got in 10 months. So think about now to the end of the year, which is probably 9 months-ish off, as to what the options can do. Because option 1 won't get you any more Solana. Option 2 will not get you a daily, weekly, monthly ROI. Whereas option 2 will. This particular method will. Yeah. And all I will say is, if you are looking at entering this, don't do the lazy option. What is the lazy option, you ask? So if you're on any of these websites and you see anything like this, and this is one I tried a few years ago, and it just grinded down my SUI. And what it basically does is it resets the ranges for you. You do not want it to reset the ranges because it'll just permanently reduce what you've got, permanently sell your SUI to buy USDC, and it'll erode away your gains. That's just how they work. Do it manually. Make sure you learn how to do it properly and set it up. Set wider ranges. And you may go onto here and you may think, right, I understand what you're saying, Matt. I'm interested in looking what is available. I'm interested in yielding my crypto. But what you may do is get tempted. So you may look at the APRs and think initially, yeah, this is good. But get impatient and then think, right, what I'm going to do is, guess what? I'm going to chase the APRs because there's a lot of coins on here. We mentioned before, 24-hour volumes, 300 million on this. And you can set these with the APR. So you can go on here and you can filter. So you've got minimum TVL, rewards, tokens. I don't think you can actually, because this is split with the yield, but you can easily search through here and see some stupid APRs that if we look at that, was over 30 days. Look, 900%. So you'll get some idiot that goes on here, 900%, thinks, right, in 30 days, what am I going to get if I bang 9K in here? I'm going to earn $2,000 a month. And there's ones even more insane than this. There's just so many of these shitcoin pools that just tempt people with their insane APRs. 4,000% here, 9,000%. And if you chase the APRs, if you enter pools with coins you don't want, then it's just the downfall. Because this is basically like the meme coin casino. Always stick to the assets you want. Now, you may argue, all right, Matt, well, what's this shitcoin pool you've got here? This shitcoin pool is a test that I did. So it's earned me so far $47 in a couple of weeks. And I put $100 in it. So it's nearly got me back 50% in 2-3 weeks. And overall, so far, in about 3 weeks, probably up about $180. So it's getting more than it says on this monthly rewards. Probably about $200 a month off 4K, which is this. But literally about 3 weeks ago, this was saying about 10%. So 400 and I don't know, it's a bit more. I think it's $470. So it does fluctuate. And the idea is I'm going to show you the power of compounding, because the method I spoke about is what I'm doing before, which is this one. Earning in my liquidity pool, BTC into Aave, getting more USDC, putting it in the loop, and compounding. The avalanche comes on and on and on. The deposits go up, the monthly rewards go up, the APR obviously is variable. What I earn goes up, and then it just goes on and on and on and on. And we slowly build this monthly rewards, 500, 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K. As it goes up, it's just going to continue going up because of the compounding effect. And that is what I want to show to you the possibility of on this channel. Rather than just sitting there doing nothing, this little 5K DeFi portfolio, I'm going to show you can grow to a decent size. And, just because I'm doing this with a small amount of 5K, you could do it with 50K. You can see what it earns there. It's just you scale it up at 50K, 100K, 20K, 30K. I don't know what you've got. And again, there's variable APRs, APYs on Orca, Radium. You got turbos for Sue. All these. And again, but the only objection I would say is if you've got a coin, or if you've got coins, shit coins specifically, you are not going to make any progress yielding something that is dead. You're just not. And the amount of times people will put in the chat a particular coin that is extremely low cap, that is a shit coin that they want me to look at and ask if there's any pools on them, it's pointless. It's literally pointless. You would be better, or if I was doing it and I had a shit coin, if it's just a really shitty small amount, there's no point. Just leave it. But if we're talking a decent amount here and it's just grinding down and down and down, I'd just swap it to a more stable, higher asset, up here. And we've literally spoken about this so many times in what a coin looks like that's still alive. Talked about Solana. The all-time high was last year, so it's clearly still alive. Another one, Tron. All-time high. Just, 2024, but the last bull run. Look at the chart. That is in stark contrast to me going here, going on page 5, scrolling down, and I'll just pick a random coin, as I always do. That's not a stable coin. And they all look like this. So if you've got a coin like this, and I've said it before, and you are looking at yielding it, you're looking at gaining more of it, my question to you would be why? Why? And again, not to pick on this coin, there's literally hundreds and hundreds and thousands of these coins. And if you want to yield more of them, it ain't going to do anything. It's going to do absolutely nothing trying to yield something like this, because it's just monopoly money. Because you'll be thinking, well, I don't want to just hold this coin. I want to yield more of this coin. Well, yielding more of this coin is going to do you absolutely nothing. And again, if you want to know what I'm rambling on about, the DeFi playbook, link in description if you want to find it. Yep. And if you're wondering, Matt, I've watched you for a long time, and in 2026, you've changed your tune. You're no longer talking about X, Y, Z. The videos now are solely based on just liquidity pools and DeFi. What is happening? Why the view's not as good? What's changed? And to briefly recap, the thing that's changed is I do not want to spend 2026 doing the same thing in 2025 in waiting for the market to pump my coins. In 2025, a lot of the blue chips did get all-time highs. I took profits on quite a few coins, but obviously we all wanted them to go crazy. A lot didn't. The majority didn't. And now, obviously, the market half the point of where it was. Most coins are halfway that are, higher cap. The shit coins are obviously down a lot more. And I refuse in 2026 to just hope that my coin's going to go up. And it's pretty obvious that the big boys are buying BTC, Ethereum, etc. So the option for me and the plan I'm doing is this, the BTC accumulation game, because that is the coin that I've held for years and years and years, the one I believe in the most, the one I want to gain most of. So this is my strategy. However, you may be thinking, well, with my altcoin, what I want to do is accumulate more of it because I believe in it. But if you want me to continue talking about, there's so many YouTube guys that speak about the same coins every single day, just for views, and nothing's going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. I presume Ian's from the north of the UK. Ian, If you did not do anything with your coins, or if you do not plan to do anything with your coins, for the whole of 2026, that is the exact thing you'll be asking 31st of December 2026 about the crypto market. And the answer will be no. Because it's pretty much, let's be honest, going to go sideways. Now, of course, we want it to go up. Let's be honest, we want it to go up. But I'm happy just accumulating more BTC, more BTC, more BTC, because I believe in it long term. I believe in BTC long term. And if all you're doing, and this is why I do these long streams now, because I like having people that are engaged, people that just don't want the short, sharp content that's talking about the price predictions. You know, I've done a lot of them before, and I don't believe they're helpful to absolutely anyone. There's so many times we've gone on YouTube, and you can literally type in, I'm just going to sign in, crypto price predictions. And I think some of these are old, actually. Shall we put in the favorite coin? Here we go. So here we go. This here. How many times do you see this? Every single day. Every single day on YouTube, there is a video like these. Every single day. These guys probably make these videos every single day. Look, every single day. Now, you tell me what value this guy is giving. What are you learning? What is anyone learning from any of these videos? Is anyone that watches these videos going to make any money at all? Someone tell me. Is anyone going to make any money watching these videos? The answer is no. No one is going to make any money. It's just the same thing every single day. And no offense to this guy. Never watched these videos. I don't know who he is. But this is just what crypto YouTube's like. That's just XRP. I could put in Sui, and we'll get the same thing. Look. Sui can 7x. How many Sui to be a millionaire? It's just the same old bullshit videos every time. You know? And again, even the coin I used to have, if there's still a community thinking about this shit coin. Here we go. EGLD. I don't think there's much left on this coin, to be fair. But to summarize my point, right? The idea is to show you guys this because it will help you make money. The only reason people want to get into crypto, no one gives a shit about the tech. I don't care what people say. No one cares about the tech, right? There may be a reason that people get into crypto because they don't like banks, right? They want to be their own sovereign person or whatever, right? They don't like the banks. But another reason is to make money, right? That's why they want it. That's why we're into crypto, because it gets a better ROI than stocks, shares, gold, silver. Ignore the last few years. I know what you're going to say. Bonds, whatever, right? That's why people get into crypto. In front of you is a way to make money in crypto to start today for as little as you want. Obviously, you can't start 1 cent, but you know, reasonable, $50. Test it out, scale it up. That's the idea, because you can do it. You can make money of it. If you ultimately want to make money in crypto in 2026 this year, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. And there's no secret coins. There's no price predictions. There's no stupid you know, buy these coins in March, buy these coins in April, this tier list, that tier list, this 100x, that 50x. It's literally use your coins, which you have, and put them to work right in front of you. And it looks like Ian has done that. And there you go, daily return. My job is done. Daily return. It's literally that easy how it happens. And Ian has clearly put it into effect and seen an ROI. And that ROI doesn't have to be big, you know. I don't know how much Ian's making. It could be $1 a day. But I guarantee Ian is going to make more than anyone, right, that watches this. Ian's going to make more money than every single person that watches these videos, because nobody watching these videos is going to make any money at all, because they're just going to hold on to the coin, think it's going to go, what does it say, $200 XRP soon? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, bro. And tomorrow there'll be another video, day after there'll be another video, day after there'll be another video, day after that there'll be another video. Every single day, another video, another video, another video. Look, every video is just the same. Every single video is the same. And what do you think the next year will look like for this guy videos? Just the same. Right? Zero progress. Look, moneymaker. Is he going to make anyone money? The idea is you can watch this channel, you can ask questions, and what you can do is earn yield. Retro Beast, do you have any jobs that say crypto? Yes, I have a part-time job in sales, which means, good for me, is that I can funnel YouTube earnings and crypto earnings back into crypto, back into pools, and I can keep things separate for the time being. And I'm doing it as long as I can in my remote role, till I can just keep scaling and scaling and scaling. But I have zero reason at the moment to change it otherwise. I know some guys online didn't quit their jobs till they're making 40k a month. I'm not near 40k a month, but I am doing okay. But the idea is you can go on my channel, and I'm going to say it is not the largest channel by a long stretch, but the idea is you can go on, and if you watch each of these, you can gain a bit of knowledge in each one, and you can learn to put the things that I talk about into practice, especially on the live streams like this. There's a lot of info in here that you can pick up, that you can use. Obviously, I've got the DeFi playbook. We've got the crypto community if you want more in-depth, fast-track support. So you can fast-track, you know, probably 6 to 8 months of learning. In that, you know, speak to the guys, have weekly calls, etc. But you can try it out yourself, because all the info is in here, right? All this information I've got here is going to help you 100 times more than a lot of people that just regurgitate the same old shit videos just to get views. I don't get a lot of views anymore because they're quite in depth, they're quite niche, specifically about this topic. But this topic is going to help you 1,000 times over than what is the price of XRP going to be? What is the price of SUI going to be? What is the price of this coin going to be? What is the price of that coin going to be? Amazon is using this. It's just all bullshit, to be honest. And RetroBeast says, here's another one. I'm on track to make $1,800 on turbos this month. There you go. There you go. That's what we're all doing. That is what everyone is doing, right? That's what people are doing. Stacking the crypto, spending the crypto, and people are actually making money, right? I know people are scared about doing it. I know people are scared about trying it. But going all the way back to the original start of the video, if you don't take any risks, you ain't going to win in anything. Yeah, full-time job. So again, like people will hate on like where I say I've got something part-time, remote, but at the end of the day, if it works for me and I can do all my duties, I can do YouTube, I can earn YouTube, I can earn liquidity pools, we can run the group, can do everything. I'm a very, very busy guy. Then good, you know. There's no point sacking off money, you know. But yeah, like I was saying here, with anything in life, if you don't take a risk, you ain't going to win. So with anyone that is hesitant, that's why I say start small, test with a small amount, and then there you go. Take the risk and go ahead and do it. If you don't take the risk, you just fail anyway, to be honest. And what is frustrating is I have friends that I've tried to get into crypto. I guarantee absolute zero of them. The normies anyway, not the crypto guys that I work with or know. The set of friends that I have, zero will watch this, unfortunately. Zero will take action on this, unfortunately. And when you explain about what I do online, how there's guys in the group earning, there's one guy that was earning two grand a month, sorry, 2 grand a day on his liquidity pools, 2 grand a day in an ETH pool with the size of the deposit. He had 460k he had, and he was earning 2k a day, which is insane. Insane. And that's what people are doing. But then I will have friends that are struggling, that can't go on vacation or holiday this year. And I said to them in the group, the start of this year, if anyone wants to ask me about anything that I know about YouTube, crypto, DeFi, online sales, online income, then let me know. And I can help you start a YouTube channel. I can help you with online sales, start a community, start a group. I can help you earn income through crypto. Just give me a shout and I will let you know what to do. I'll sit with you, get a laptop open, and, you know, think about it. I can literally, because it's my friend, go out there, set them up on a pool and, you know, help them. But I got zero, absolute zero back. Just, you know, nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's the unfortunate thing. Unless you actually try, you ain't going to win. And a lot of people are hesitant. And the first step that you guys have watching this video is you're in crypto already. So you understand the risks. You have that appetite for this particular field, this particular sector, which is risky, is exciting. And I know that if you've got fatigue, if you're fed up of what happened in the non-existent bull run for some, that you want to get excited about crypto again, you want to get interested about cryptocurrency again. And one of the big ways to do that, like one of the guys said in the group, is just get involved in liquidity pools, man. Get an ROI, get involved in DeFi, and going from there. You do not have to dive in at the deep end and do something stupid. You don't have to go into the loan section like I'm talking about. Literally, you can just test it with $50, watch it go up, and then make a decision based on that. I'm not telling you to put your entire crypto portfolio in DeFi. I've not got mine clearly all in DeFi. But I'm using it and showing you that I can grow it from a modest amount. I think it was at 3K. It's at 4K now, up to by the end of the year. See what target we can get to. See by the end of the year, and I will compare my very first stream at the start of the year in January to the last one in December, what the snowball effect, the compounding effect would have been in the DeFi pools. And unfortunately, there'll be some people that would have seen my first stream in January with about 2.5K to 3K in a pool starting off. And then at the end of the year, they may see what it's at and be gutted that they didn't actually start it themselves, and they wasted another year in crypto just watching shit videos that are price predictions, hoping that their coin went up and didn't. I'll leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. Anyway, I have got a Telegram group as well. There'll be a link in the description for it. We'll be back for plenty more videos very soon and a special vlog on Sunday. But yeah, if you enjoy my content, like, subscribe. See you all very soon.